Okay, excellent. We are getting hooked up here on YouTube. So what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be putting my email address in the chat and then also a link for you to, okay, great. All right, so we're at least live there. Okay. Okay, excellent. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put my email address here in the chat. That way, if you have any questions that I don't cover in the presentation, you can actually reach out to me direct. And I like doing that because a lot of times you're on a presentation or something and you have questions, and then, you know, whoever is doing the meeting or whatever, you know, you think of something afterwards and it's like, well, if I would have known this answer, maybe I would have, you know, taken advantage of this or whatever the case might be. So I want to go ahead and if you have any questions, and this is also going to qualify you for the weekly cash prize drawing and also the monthly special giveaway that I'm having at the end of July. It's a really rare, high collectible. Put it this way, it's something that's definitely worth your time to actually, you know, partake in the drawing. So go ahead and send me an email at rick@silverandgoldsolutions.org. And with that, you know, if you send me an email there, basically what I'm looking for with that is just your takeaway from my presentation this morning. This is something from me to you personally. It's an opportunity that I'm sharing, and it has nothing to do with the what I'm talking about here, whether you decide to do this or, you know, basically what I'm looking for is just some feedback as far as what you thought of the presentation and what your biggest takeaway was, whether it's something positive or negative. Just send me an email to rick@silverandgoldsolutions.org and let me know what your biggest takeaway is, and then you'll be qualified for the weekly drawing as well as the monthly cash prize. Okay, so, and okay, let's go ahead and do this. And if you have any a 10,000 foot overview of what I'm sharing with you here today is at this email address or this link right here. And if you want to go to check this out after the presentation, you can. Okay, so we're all set and ready to go here. Okay, so basically, a lot of times people, you know, they know about the importance of saving in the form of gold and silver, but in this case, they don't know how to go about doing it. Okay. And what I wanted to share with you here this morning is, you know, this is something that a lot of people wonder how the wealthy families and wealthy you know, they have that generational wealth. And, you know, of course, one thing that all wealthy families have is they have multiple streams of income. But at the same time, the one key factor that every single one of them has is the fact that they do save in the form of silver and gold in some shape or form. And that's something that's passed down from generation to generation, their techniques and strategies as far as building wealth. And that's, you know, this is, you know, a lot of people think, well, it'd be nice to be able to do that. But with what I'm going to share with you here this morning, this is something that regardless of your income, whether you're making minimum wage, you're making $15,000 a year or $150,000 a year, this is something that you can take advantage of. And what's even more important, it's something that you can handle yourself. You don't have to pay anybody to do it for you. It's something that I'm going to show you a process here where you can actually do it yourself. Okay. And so, like, you know, a lot of things that a lot of people say, well, you know, can gold and silver build true generational wealth? Yes, it can. And that's actually a fact. And it's something that, like I said, all the wealthy families have done over the course of time. So, so I'm really excited to share this information with you. And, you know, a lot of people are wondering, you know, like, well, you know I should save in the form of gold and silver, but how do I do it? Okay, so I want to show you like a step-by-step process of how you can do that and take control of it yourself. But it's all like this, there's a lot of benefits to it because a lot of it, you know, people have the opportunities at, you know, at work or something to have a 401k plan or something. If, you know, if the company you work for has that, you know, that's a great opportunity. But in this case here, a lot of people don't have that option. Okay. So what this presentation is going to cover is, you know, what are the benefits of saving in the form of gold and silver? You know, who can you trust? You know, how do you know if you're getting a good deal and what to look for? And then also, you know, how you can afford to purchase it, even if you are to save it. And I don't like to really consider it purchasing it because you're actually saving and actually building that generational wealth. And that's something where over the course of time, and the short video I'm going to share with everybody here, there's an explanation of, you know, what's happened to the US dollar, you know, as far as, you know, fiat currency, paper money, why it's declined, and then what's happened during that time with, you know, precious metals, in this case here, silver and gold. So it's like, this is something that it's going to be really kind of eye-opening when you get to the video and you watch that. You're going to have a couple of aha moments, which is what I did when I watched it. So it's like, and I'm also going to share with you some, what your financial institutions and your financial advisors are not wanting you to know. Okay, it's information that they're not sharing with you, and it's stuff that you should know. Okay, and also how you can start today. And I do have a really an exciting opportunity for, if you're located in one of these 7 countries I have listed here: the United States, Canada, Australia, Ireland, UK, New Zealand, or Singapore. I have a great opportunity for you to actually be able to take advantage of. And it's something that if you're not in one of those countries, there's a special offer after the presentation. And that's not what, it's great if you want to take advantage of that. But my main goal here today is just to give you the education on what you should know about saving in the form of silver and gold. Okay. So even if you just take away that information and use it for down the road, that's my main goal here. Okay. Is just to, give you guys some value as far as what you should know and what you should look out for. Okay. But like I said, I do have a special opportunity for people in those countries. And if you're interested in this and it's something you're not in one of those countries, just please send me an email and say, hey, Rick, I'm interested in this, but I'm located in a country that's not there. Can you let me know when they become available? And that's what I'm doing. I'm compiling a list of all the people that have been on my presentations and are interested, but it's not in their country. Okay, so I'm keeping a tally of that going as well, because it is going to be a global thing. It's just a lot of times with when you're talking about silver and gold, there's a lot of customs issues, and that's usually the main reason why the one company that I associated with here, they have they have to work out customs deals first. Okay, so who is this presentation for? It's for anyone who understands the importance of saving in the form of gold and silver, but they're not sure how to go about doing it. It's for those who are looking for other options to save and control how much and how often they save. And like I said, even if you're on a tight budget, this is something you can do. And it's also for those who have a job that doesn't offer a 401k, and you don't have a specific financial advisor, because there's a ton of people out there that they work for smaller companies, or even like retail stores, or like fast food places, just like general jobs that they don't necessarily offer it right away to their employees. Like, I know I worked in retail for a while, and you had to work X amount of hours before you were eligible for the 401k. But like, if you work for a company that has it, I highly encourage you to take advantage of it, because there's some really great value in that. And it's something where you have a certain percentage taken out of your check weekly, and you have it diversified into different options. And it's like, that grows for you behind the scenes. It doesn't instantaneously create wealth for you. It builds and grows over time. So it's like with the 401k, that's great. I highly encourage people to take advantages. But if you don't have a company if you're not working for a company that has that, I would highly encourage you to take a look at what I'm sharing with you today, because it's going to give you that option to control it yourself and handle everything yourself, where you're cutting out the middleman, which is pretty nice. So it's also for those who are looking to save money for college. You might have a kid, a son or a daughter or a grandkid or something that is interested in going to college, and you're wondering, how can I help them be more prepared to have that money to help them pay for their education. So this is another option for that. And it's also for those who are just looking to put away some money on the side, so have a little nice nest egg. You may have a 401k, you may have other stuff that you're already saving in, but this is another option for you to choose. Okay. It's also for, like I said, those who are interested in having an additional income. It's like, when I share this portion of it with you, it's going to be pretty mind blowing, because it's amazing, what it can do for you and for the people that you love and care about, or share it with. Okay. So this is a really great opportunity. And it's something also, like I say, this is education that is not taught in the general education growing up in regular public schools and that. And this is something that should be taught. The importance of saving in the form of silver and gold is very important. But at the same time, it's not taught in schools. And so people, unless your family has had a habit of doing it and they teach that to you, you're kind of oblivious as to what's going on. So that's my main thing, is to share this important information with you. And one thing, before I get started with the video here, I want to just say one thing. Like, a lot of times I've approached, I've talked to some people, and I've said, what, have you ever thought about saving in the form of silver and gold? And like, no, I already got gold. I already got, I've already got that. I don't need to worry about it. It's like, but what they're referring to is jewelry. Okay. And one of the key points of saving in the form of silver and gold is knowing what types to save in. And that's very critical, because that's what, as far as what's going to build that long-term wealth and actually build something that's going to grow and have a better value for you. So like with, everybody knows that with jewelry, gold, silver, diamonds, whatever you have, there's a minimum of a 300% markup on it. And so, yeah, you might pay a lot, you might, pay $1,000 for something, but in all reality, if you want to liquidate that or actually use it for something, you'd be lucky to get $100 for it. So a lot of what, that's one thing to keep in mind too, is, the importance of saving, but also how and what forms you should save. And this presentation will help you with that. Okay. So like I said, qualify for the drawing, send me an email with your biggest takeaway from this presentation to rick@silverandgoldsolutions.org. And then also you'll be qualified for the weekly cash drawing, which will be tonight at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then there's also, you'll qualify for the monthly drawing of a very rare and highly collectible item. Okay. So without further ado, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a gentleman by the name of Zach Davis. He is the co-founder of this one company that I'm an independent associate with, called 7K. And part of, this has to do with part of what I'm sharing with you here today as far as the opportunity, but also he has a really good presentation. It actually goes over the costs, why the US dollar has lost its value over time. And then also at the same time, what has precious metals, or in this case, he even refers to it as sound money, and I'll explain that why in the presentation, but what that has done over that course of time. And so that's what's very important to pay attention to this, because like I said, you're going to have a couple of aha moments, and I will be watching this with you, and I will be back on right afterwards. And we're going to keep this as short as possible today, because I know it's Saturday morning and everybody's probably got a lot of stuff planned. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start this video.
Welcome to 7K. Are you working harder for more money because of business, but it just doesn't seem to go as far? Well, it's not just you. Higher costs and added financial pressures and things today are causing fear, uncertainty, and doubt on a large scale. In fact, as of May 2017, did you know that 44% of Americans said they could not cover a $400 emergency expense? They'd have to rely on a credit card, selling something, or borrowing money, such as on the road. So what's happening with your money? Well, it's in the numbers. Look at this chart. In 1913, the Federal Reserve was created, and you'll see at that point, $1 was worth $1 in spending power. But in 2013, the dollar was only worth about 5 cents. That's about a 96% reduction value of the spending power of the dollar since 1913. Here's how it shakes out in real life. This is the everyday price index. This measures inflation for everyday spending in 3 different categories. So this is way different expenses in each group, more healthcare costs or education costs. Urban renters, 58.1%. Retired couples, 61.6%. Look at this for young families trying to start a family, own a home, 78.3% more inflation. Look at these numbers. Now, these are things that you have to have on a daily basis. Eating food at home costs 43% more between 2000 and 2018. 59% increase to eat out. Resources, 99%. Car insurance, 97%. Water and sewer, 133%. Do you know anybody who'd like to go to college today? Maybe a child or grandchildren? 151% increase in college tuition. Medical care expenses, up 97% in the same time frame. Now, do you mind if I show you the case for sound money? Don't worry, it's just a fancy name for gold and silver. Gold and silver is one of the secrets the wealthy have always used for ages to amass and protect their wealth. In fact, governments and financial institutions know and use the secret. They are the largest holders of gold in the world today. Why? Look at this. What could you buy today with the same silver from 1965? Check this out. If you went to the grocery store and you wanted to buy a gallon of milk, silver or $1 bill, you could purchase that gallon of milk in 1965. But in 2019, 1 ounce of silver would get you 5 gallons of milk. How many gallons of milk would you spend?
Nothing.
It's a 410% increase in buying power of silver. Look at the movie ticket. 1965, $1 or 1 silver ounce to buy a movie ticket. 2019, 1 silver would buy you almost 2 movie tickets. That's an 80% increase in the buying power of silver. That means that is a 95% reduction in the spending power of the dollar bill. Check this example. 2,500 ounces of silver or $2,500 would buy you one Ford Mustang in 1965. But if you took $2,500 in the Ford dealership today, I promise you, you're not walking out with a Ford Mustang. Now, you might be able to get down payment. But look what happens today in 2020 with the same 2,500 ounces of silver. You could actually purchase two Ford Mustangs. Now, here's a great example of the purchasing power of gold. The question is, where would you put this $10,000? Would you put it in a house or would you put it in gold? Here's how the numbers shake out for 2020. $10,000 put into a home would have turned into roughly $85,000. That's a pretty good return. But the same $10,000 put into gold, $528,251. That is a huge difference. Questions after seeing those statistics. Does your financial future seem a little bit more? But why aren't your financial professionals telling you about this? The truth is, they don't want you to know. They want you to think it's not important to know the secrets of success. But we believe in you and will guide you in your journey to creating and protecting freedom for your family and because you deserve it. So we're going to show you how to use the secrets the wealthy have always used. At the game now and forever. We are 7K. The 7K founders are on a mission to change the world. 50+ years of successful business experience sits between them. In fact, they have changed multiple industries for the better. They have a passion for helping the average person get ahead. And one of these individuals actually created a company that is worth $2 billion today. They have shared abilities but unique strengths that can help you to achieve the success you want. Here's a message from the founders. We created 7K because we genuinely want to improve the lives of people around the world. We have watched way too many of our friends struggle as the economy fluctuates. Employment issues arise or unexpected changes come up. Using the power of gold and silver, we believe we can provide a way for people to create financial independence, preserve their wealth, and live an exceptional life. We started this company because we believe in it. So here's some of the questions that we had when we found out about the power of sound money. We asked, do any of these resonate with you? Where should I buy it? Who should I trust? What should I buy? How do I buy in small quantities? And how do I get more of it? So we created a membership that solves many of the problems the average person like you and I face when we buy precious metals. One of the very first member benefits of being a member of 7K is deal direct pricing on gold and silver bullion. Here's how the process works. U.S. Mint create coins. They sell those coins to a dealer, and then we sell those coins directly to you. No minimums, no maximums, period. This was just the beginning. And we didn't stop there. But first, question about what should you buy? To answer that question, we created what we call buyer certification program. Why? Because we already made all the mistakes so that you don't have to. This expert training helps you identify what type of buyer you are and which way to follow. How the wealthy have always used sound money religion. The key factors to protect your personal finances. What's the value of MS7 and coin collecting, and why it's potentially more valuable than gold? Why governments and large institutions are the biggest buyers of gold. Here's the 5 reasons for sound money. Hedge against poor government decisions and potential economic threats. Wealth accumulation, wealth protection, portfolio diversification, and last, certainly not least, and probably my favorite, is coin collecting. In fact, what if I told you that we all made a $1.2 million mistake because we didn't understand? Did you know that if you had purchased one MS70 Silver Eagle every month since 1986, it would cost you roughly $40,000 or $50,000? Well, that seems like quite a bit of money. But over time, it's really not compared to today's value. It would be worth $1.2 million. The problem is, most of us lack a little bit of discipline. So So we don't go down and purchase those coins every single month like we should. So we needed an easy way that doesn't require discipline to collect coins every month. And that's why we created our Auto Saver program. So we gathered a team of world-class experts and select collectible coins to take your collecting and legacy to the next level. Our world-class coins and collections are sent to your door every single month, giving you peace of mind that your saving is on autopilot.
Mhm.
Here are the three different options that you have for the Auto Saver program. First is the basic. We send a 7K exclusive collection, MS70 Silver Eagle or standard 7K label MS70 Silver Eagle to your door every single month. We run different labeled series like the US 50 State Series for the financially collectible. This often features the steady as she goes and most popular collectible coin that is proven to be a great variety coin. This will be quite a showcase in your book. These MS70 coins tell an incredible story from start to finish. And they're delivered to your doorstep every single month. The specialty options are gold and rare silver collectible coins that are a specialty. Often these coins have a limited run of less than 500 coins. With this option, you'll get a mix of both sent to your door every single month. Of course, these will be handpicked. Don't feel secure about storing your collection at home? We will store your collectibles for free when you actually buy every single month. Every month you buy is another month we store your coins for free in our private. These private vaults are 100% insured by Lloyd's of London. They're military-grade security, inventory management, movement tracking, electronic visibility, and like I said before, one of the coolest member benefits is free monthly storage. Perhaps one of the most exciting things that we've done here at 7K as a member benefit is created what we call the Sound Money Wallet. This is a new age of precious metals that has arrived. It's 100% backed by physical inventory. You can buy it, store it, trade it, cash it out, and more. The power is back in your hands with zero hassle and zero headache. Here's how it works. You can take cash and instantly convert your cash into gold with no fee. Take the same gold and instantly convert it back to cash at one of the best buyback rates. How about silver? You can do the exact same thing. Member transfers. Instantly send gold, silver, or cash to other members for free. You can also take gold or silver straight to you. You can request your metals to be shipped to your door for the cost of shipping and insurance. That easy. It's about time gold and silver gave you the freedom that. Let me ask you something. How many of you like good deals and love to travel? Well, as a member here, one of the other benefits is our 7K Advantage Rewards program. This program is helping you with a lifestyle that only you could design. There's 800 different ways to save. Exclusive offers on travel, local restaurants, wherever you are, everyday services that you're already using, and deals on the largest names. Save where you have to spend so you can spend more where you want. 7K getaways. Gold and silver are essential. And we keep a living lifestyle and creating memories. With our company-sponsored trips, you will make memories that span the globe. Here's what one of our customers has to say. In our 17-year marriage, my wife and I have never been on a plane together, let alone to a foreign country. Because of 7K getaways, we have now gone on multiple trips together to places. So owning gold and silver is great. Traveling the world is great. But if you don't have the money to do those things, it can be very, very. So here at 7K, we created a way where you can share, earn points, and get paid. Every time you share it with somebody else, you generate points. So when you purchase your membership, it creates a spot in the tracking center. You have the opportunity to build two teams, your left team and your right team. Every time you get 500 points on your left and 500 points on your right, it generates a $500 commission to you. Let me just show you the multiple ways to earn. Membership and renewals. Monthly auto saver program, rare point sales and retail sales. Every time a new member joins your team or a monthly auto saver point is ordered and you shared it with them or an associate on your team, you will collect points towards a cycle chain. Let me show you how to break up next week. As an associate, you can earn $500 per week. $1,000. $7,000 per week. An executive goal, $10,000 a week. And a presidential goal, $12,500. There are a ton of benefits here at 7K. Here are just some. Residual income for a lifetime, as you showed you. The auto saver program, where you set it and forget it. The Advantage Rewards program, where you can travel the world and have exclusive deals on some of the best name brands and some of the local favorites. 7K limited and rare coins. The Sound Money Wallet. 1099 tax write-offs because you'll be owning and running your own business. Gold-backed IRAs. 7K healthcare program. The ability to buy precious metal at dealer direct pricing and more. So the question is, are you ready to change your life? Here are the two ways that you can get involved with us: the standard membership or the premium membership. Our standard membership is a one-year membership. It includes the buyer certification training, member direct pricing, and unlimited volume, no minimum and no maximum. The Advantage Rewards program, 3 technology credits, access to exclusive low mintage collectibles, 1 graded silver coin, and access to our exclusive Sound Money Wallet. As a premium member, you get a 1-year membership, a buyer certification, collective training, member direct pricing on unlimited volume with Advantage program. But instead of 3, you get 12 technology credits. You get access to exclusive low mintage collectibles. You get 1 MS-70 silver coin, 1 silver bullion coin, 10 business cards, 4 wealth strategy books, and access to the Sound Money Wallet so you can begin sharing this unbelievable opportunity with others. Ask yourself, how would it feel to know that you had control over your financial? How would your life be different if you had more time and more money? The question is, will you join us in our mission to change the world? Pick a membership package and get started today. Thank you for spending some time with us.
Okay, so Zach did a really, whoops, going the wrong way there. Hang on a minute. So Zach did a really nice job there of explaining, the value, or, the purchasing power of the US dollar over the course of time, and then also the purchasing power of silver and gold over the course of time. And like, to me, the one that's really stood out to me the most was that the 1965 Ford Mustang. So, you had $2,500 or 2,500 1-ounce silver coins. You could buy a brand new Ford Mustang back in 1965. But today, if you took $2,500 into a dealer, you're looking at a down payment and 4 to 5 years of paying off the car. Whereas if you took those same 2,500 1-ounce silver coins into a dealer, you could walk out with 2 brand new Ford Mustangs. Now think about that. That's like a huge, everybody knows there's value in silver, but when you actually see that in a black and white example, it really shows you how powerful it is. And same like what he showed with gold, $10,000 back in 1965 into a house, your return on investment today would be roughly about $85,000, which that is a really good return. But that 10,000 into gold, giving you a return of over $500,000. See, that's where a lot of people know that's important, but until you actually see it in black and white examples, there's really no way to compare it. And I actually did some research on my own here after watching this, even before I put together these presentations. And I tried to do some examples of like the increase in value of like Apple and like Apple and Microsoft and also Amazon, over the course of time, if you would have saved in that back at the beginning. And a lot of, and same with Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin had a huge thing, a huge jump, but when you look at with gold and silver, it's actually been more stable and it has grown more than even investing in Apple and then Amazon to a point, if you would have got it right at the beginning, how much you would have put in there. Yeah, has had several splits, so it's actually grown quite a bit. But the percentage, the actual value and percentage in silver and gold is always it outweighs what other companies and people have done. Because people always say, "Well, I wish I would have been able to get into Apple when they first started." Well, if you would have taken that same amount of money and that you would have put into Apple back when they took off versus now, you'd have a better return on gold, okay, and silver as well. So that's just something to think about. And you can do your own research, but like what I wanted to, I want to share this presentation with everybody because it's important to know, what silver and gold and precious metals can do for you. Okay, it's not something like, if you're interested in what I'm sharing with you, great, take advantage of it. I highly encourage you to, but at least not if you're walking away from this presentation knowing that how important it is and how over the course of time silver and gold has always maintained its purchasing power. Okay, and it's like I made this and mentioned in other presentations. You look at back at, even from like a biblical standpoint, when the infant Jesus was born, what did one of the wise men bring him? Gold. Okay, because even back then it had its value. Everybody knew its value. Okay, so and that's something where just something to keep in mind, because it's like gold has always held its value, and silver is doing the same thing now. Okay, so it's just something to keep in mind. Okay, but like also, he shared the example of the coin collecting. Okay, the $1.2 million mistake. Okay, so from 1986 to when this presentation was actually put together, which is at the end of last year, you have a total of like 35 years. Okay, so you would have spent over that course of time monthly the $40,000 to $50,000, but what that value on that collection today would be $1.2 million. Actually, it's even more than that. So with coin collecting, what a lot of people don't understand is that there's a tax benefit to it, because like if you if you liquidate any type of gold or silver, physical gold and silver, you have to pay taxes on the gains that you have. But on a 1099-B, but when the government made all these rules for what you had to report, they did not include collectibles. Okay, so if you get it in a graded collectible, this is an MS-70 Silver Eagle. It's considered a collectible. So that person who, when he goes to liquidate that $1.2+ million collection, he's going to make, subtract out the $40,000 to $50,000 that he paid for it. He's going to have over $1,150,000 positive gain that he does not even have to report. Okay, so and this stuff you can even check with your CPA or your accountant as far as the legitimacy, but it is truth. You would not have to report it. Okay, but I guess real quick about the MS-70 silver coin. This is a 2020. It's the 7 keys labeled Utah. It's a state series. Okay, but when it goes to, it's graded by NGC. NGC is one of the top 2 grading companies in the world. And what happens is when they get the coin, they grade it, they serial number it, they barcode it, and it's traceable and trackable, and then they encapsulate it in this hard plastic. And this is MS-70 means it's perfect. There's no other higher grade that you can get. So it's a perfectly graded coin. So it's going to always hold its value and then some because it's perfect. Okay, there's like if you walked into a coin shop or a silver and gold place to try and liquidate it or whatever, they know that you're going to demand top dollar for it, and they would have to give you that because they know the value of it being a perfectly graded coin. Whereas if you walked in with like a raw silver dollar, okay, say if you had a 1 ounce silver eagle that wasn't graded, yeah, you're going to get a lot of probably what you paid for it, but less, because for one, all these places always say, well, I've got, I have my cost in that, and they're not going to give you their true value for it. So you'll get a lot of value for it, but not the true value. Whereas if you walked in with one of these, you're going to get the top dollar for it. Okay. And so that's something to keep in mind. Okay. So, and that's like one thing with I mentioned what your financial advisors and, financial institutions like your banks are not telling you. They don't want you to handle this yourself. Okay, they're using your money because for one, if you're saving in the form of silver and gold and you're handling it yourself, where you're actually physically owning it, which is another very important critical thing, is actually physically owning it. That has more power for you to physically own it, opposed to like doing using the stock market and trading in futures and everything. And but it's like with physically owning it it has more value to it. Okay. But the banks don't want you doing this, because if you're not putting your money into their savings account or doing, or financial advisors having them do it for you or doing something for you, they're not making money off of you. Okay. And yet the banks are the ones banks and governments, like Zach said, they're the ones who are actually investing in precious metals. So they're not telling you to do it, but they're doing it. So what's wrong with that picture? And especially like right now, you look at the economy and everything. I mean, it's very unstable right now. And, you have all the stimulus and stuff being pumped into the economy here in the United States. So the value of the US dollar is even going down lower. And then you have all these cryptocurrencies and everything coming out. And yet at some point, there's going to be a reset of currency. And the only thing that's going to maintain its value, which it has through the course of time, is gold and silver. Okay. So it's something that you can't just instantaneously create more of it, like, because you have, there's a process of, finding the gold and silver and, mining it and then processing and all that. So it's not just something that can be instantaneously made. But so that's why, governments and banks, they're saving in it. They're not telling you they are, but then they don't want you doing it yourself, because then they can't use your money to do it themselves. And also with a financial advisor, I've never had one tell me, oh, hey, Rick, you need to save 10% or 15, 20% in gold and silver. That's going to keep you, for sure, give you a stable income. I never had anybody tell me that. They're always trying to do the their different stock plans and everything, because then plus two, if you're doing it yourself, they're not making a commission off of your money. So just kind of food for thought, just things to keep in mind. Okay. And I'm not this huge tax expert by no means, but this is stuff that I've learned from day one with being with 7K, stuff that I've learned that I knew before, and having 401k plans and everything. This is some information just to consider. Okay. So hopefully, even at this point, if you jump off, I hopefully get some great information from this, and I do appreciate your time this far. And to close this out, what I want to do is I want to share a special opportunity with you. But before I do that, I just want to go over real quick who 7K is and what they're all about. Okay. So they're a company that's located in Idaho Falls, Idaho. So if you were in that city right now, you could actually drive to their building and walk in their front door. Okay. So they are a physical company. This is nothing virtual. A lot of stuff online you have nowadays. People are like, hey, try this or do this. And it's not even a physical building or a physical company. It's a company, but it's all virtual. But in this case here, they have a physical company. They have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating, which is excellent. Out of 40 customer reviews, they have a 4.5 out of 5-star rating, which is excellent. But like when I always tell people, when you look at a Better Business Bureau report, the critical thing is, yeah, the numbers look good, but the critical thing is customer complaints. And there's been zero. Okay, that tells you something, because a lot of times people fill out a review and then forget to check the stars, or they'll have like one experience where they were upset about something where it took longer for a shipment to get to them or whatever, and they might give it a lower rating. But what the key is the customer complaints, because that means that somebody legitimately was upset with the company and they said, hey, they're doing something shady or whatever. But in this case here, since 2016, they've had zero, which is excellent. Okay. The co-founders are Zach Davis, who we heard from in the presentation, Roger Ball, and Josh Anderson. And if the name Roger Ball looks familiar to you, that's because in the one part of the presentation, Zach mentioned a gentleman that was the founder of a $2 billion company. That's Roger Ball. He was the founder of Melaleuca, which has been around for a couple of decades here in the United States. And they're still going strong. They're a sound company. And it's like that. So it just shows you the type of people that got together and they say, hey, what can we do to let the average everyday person have the ability to save in the form of gold and silver? And how can we make it easy so they can actually do it on a regular basis? Because like when they discovered the $1.2 million mistake, they're like, you know what? If people knew about this, they would have been doing it all along. So what can we do to help ensure that people don't ever forget to do this, or everybody should save something monthly anyways. Okay. And I did the numbers. Like if you went with a basic autosaver shipment, it's $105 a month, but there's a shipping and insurance when they send you the coin. Okay. With that package. So it comes out to $116 a month, which actually, when you boil it down, depending on your 30 or 31 day month, it's like $3.86 a day. But everybody should be saving, you hear the rule of thumb is to save 10% of your pay. But if you're not doing that, even if you save, just $116 that you do the auto saver for this, that's actually going to you're going to start building a collection of silver. And if you go with a different package, there's different things you can do there too. But I'm just taking the base membership. So that would be, you're saving that monthly. Okay. And then at the same time, with what I'm sharing with you here, you have the potential to earn, like Zach was showing you, the associate on up to a presidential gold, where you're getting anywhere from $500 to $12,500 weekly, not monthly, weekly. So it really, that boils down to who you share it with. But anyways, so that's just something, to keep in mind. It's like everybody should be saving, at some point anyways, but this is something that everybody can do themselves. Okay. And you don't have to pay anybody to do it. You can do it yourself. Okay. So what I wanted to share with everybody is the opportunity to work together. Okay. And the special opportunity is in it. It does make it makes a difference, because in order to qualify and rank up to these different levels, so you're earning more passively, you do have to work together as a team. And that's when 7K came out with their autosaver. It's like, okay, well, this is a great way for people to save money, but at the same time, let's take it a step further. Let's take it so that people can earn passively by sharing this great opportunity. And it's like no different than you, like he uses in one video that they have. I didn't share it with you here today, this morning, but he uses the example. If you go to a movie theater and you watch a movie and it's like, hey, that's an excellent movie. So you go out and you tell a bunch of your friends and family and they go check it out. Does the movie theater give you anything for that? No, but you helped increase their business. Okay. Or like if you go to a restaurant and you have something great to eat and you recommend the diner or whatever to somebody and they go there and eat, and yeah, the restaurant owner is getting business, but does he give you anything back? No. So in this case here, it's like, why not? If you're sharing an opportunity with people and it's a great opportunity, why not compensate you for it? Okay. So, and that's what they did. And there's like, when he's showing those numbers, the 500 on up to 12,500 a week, that's stuff where it's when they actually, when you qualify, when you qualify rank wise, and the people underneath you have points associated with their purchases or their memberships, that'll stack up. And when you get those, it's when they cycle the points every Saturday. And that's I'll get to that in a little bit more here in a minute, but that money goes into your account. So it's every week that they do that. As long as you're qualified as a associate or above, and you have the points on each side, you get that qualifying check every week. Okay, so that's something to think about. And that's it's a pay it forward thing. Like out of everything I've ever seen online, this is by far the best pay it forward program out there, period. Okay. And they're a solid company. And it's I mean, from day one, everything that I found out about them, like even going like they have, you can actually, there's a phone number you can call them and just talk to them. They have their main website. They also have they do have chat support. So even after hours, if you have questions, you can contact them. And so far, since I've been with them, anytime I've had a question, they just have excellent, fantastic support. So I can't personally, I can't speak more highly of a company than 7K. And even if I wasn't sharing this presentation with you, I would be and I was just dealing with them separate, and not sharing the offer. I'm amazed by them. But the thing is this is really a great opportunity, and that's why I'm sharing it with you here today. Okay, so if you take advantage of it, great. I'm really excellent and happy to work with you. But what I wanted to do is share the opportunity to work together as a team. It's not my team. It's not your team. It's our team. Okay, because in order to help you qualify for those higher ranks, you do have to work together as a team. And because the people that sign up or that you share the opportunity with, you that come, that are in your downline, so to speak, you have to help them qualify and rank up as well. So as you're earning and sharing the opportunity, you're helping the people below you earn and share the opportunity. Okay, so it's a really pay it forward thing. And some people might not understand how to do that. And that's why I wanted to offer you the opportunity to work together and, make a great team. So that's what I'd like you to do. If you're interested in doing that, if you have two choices here. You can either, if you just want to go to www.7kmetals.com/rickf, and you can create your account there. And I will say this, if you actually just went to 7K's website, they're going to ask you who referred you, because that's what they're doing. They're always trying to help every other members out and help people out. So in this case here, it would be me, rickf, because the rickf is my username. It's actually also my referral ID. So if you wanted to do that, you could, and then I would actually also see your information too and reach out to you. But what I prefer you do is send me an email at rick@silverandgoldsolutions.org. Have your phone number, your best email address, and then also have your mailing address, because I am putting it together a nice team welcome package that's just from me to you guys. It has nothing to do with, it's not from 7K, it's from me to you, just to thank you for being part of the team here. And there's one item I'm still waiting on coming in, but as soon as I get that, I would ship that out to you. But so like, if you can put your mailing address, that's the only reason why I would ask for that. If you don't want me to send you it, then no, don't worry about putting it down. But I would prefer you to put down your phone number too, because that gives us another opportunity to text back and forth, because like, say if you have a question on something and you want me to jump on a Zoom call or have a special meeting with some people that you're talking to or whatever, I would be more than happy to do that. That way you could text me and say, hey, Rick, I have some questions, or I would like you to get on a call here, and can we do it? And then that's one way for us to communicate. So go ahead and send your name, preferred email address, your phone number and address to rick@silverandgoldsolutions.org. When I receive that email address or that email from you, I will go ahead and send you a link. I will share a link with you for you to sign up under. And like, if you email me and request a link, the link I will be sharing with you is not even my own. Okay. Cause I'm trying to help the people that are below me, are already on the team, help them qualify. So that's, so once you get that referral link, go ahead and create your membership right away. And your username is what's going to be your referral ID. Like in this case here, mine's rickf. So whatever your name is, like Karen, I see you're on here again. So if you would just say it's /Karen and then the first letter of your last name or something, just something easy to remember, something that you can share with other people. Plus, that referral ID is going to have your own personal 7K website that's attached to you and locked into you. So like I always tell people, try to keep it something that's easy to remember, but also maintain that professionalism, because this is a great opportunity, and 7K is actually helping people and sharing it, paying it forward. So that's one way for you to do it, because you can actually post your link on any social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, I guess even probably TikTok. I'm not on TikTok yet, but I'm not sure, how the profiles look there, but you can post it there. And if somebody comes along and they click on the link and they're like, hey, I want to, because they have a lot of stuff people can buy direct. You don't have to be a member to purchase from 7K, but there are benefits if you do. So like, if they want to purchase something, it's going to say, hey, are you a member? And if they say no, then say, well, hey, if you join today, this is what the member benefits are. And it's an indirect way for you to refer people as well. So it works twofold. Okay. So when you receive the link, create your username, and then right away send that back to me. And then what I will do is in turn use your referral link and share it with the next person. So like, you need to have at least two people, left and a right, one on each side, so you can qualify as an associate. So if you're watching here and your husband or your wife would want to join this too, they could create their account under your username. And that's one of the stipulations 7K has, is that if there's two per household that can be members, and whoever the first person is, that other person in the household has to join through their link. So like, if you had your husband or your wife, or maybe you have your high school graduate or something, like I have my son here who just graduated high school. You do have to have a social security number. You do have to have an official state driver's license or ID, depending on, if you're in the United States or your country. And one thing I do want to say is make sure that your shipping address matches your official ID, because you do have to send a copy to 7K, because part of their checks and balances, what they do by law, they have to know who they're shipping stuff to and who their members are. Okay, so by law, that's one of their checks and balances they have, is they have to actually have an official ID from you or a copy of it. And it's, and then also your social security number, because once you start earning passively, you are going to be taxed for it. The amounts that they share from the 500 on up to 12,500, those are not taxed. So when you get that money, you're getting the full 500, or, if you're all the way up at an executive goal, that's 12,500. So you would get that full amount weekly, and you would have to, I'd recommend consulting with your CPA, your accountant, or, what percentage you should save. But so anyways, when you create your account, make sure it matches your ID. Okay, you do have to be a legal working age, and then go ahead and send me your link, and then I will in turn share it with somebody else. Okay. And so right away, we're working on getting you qualified. Now, if you know 5 or 6 people, 7 or 8 maybe people or whatever that would be interested in this, let me know that too when you email me back, because we might want to look at strategically where we're going to use your referral ID, and we could work together and, get that sorted out. Okay. So it's something that, like I said, there's a great opportunity here. And even if you don't want to do it from the standpoint of earning passively, you could create your membership and just let me know that as well. Just say, hey, Rick, I'm not really interested in doing that. I just want to start saving in the form of silver and gold, or I want to start building a coin collection, or whatever the case might be. You can do that as well, but just let me know that when you email me back. And then also I wanted to point out too, is it's not just coins that they have. They do have silver, gold, and bullion, and they have bars. They have different types of currency. There's also jewelry that they have as well. And it's like with this, there's all sorts of things that you can have, okay, with 7K. So like if you went to my website, the 7kmetals.com/rickf, you could actually check out, that's why I put it in the chat. You can actually check out what they have to offer. And some of the stuff, when you look at the prices, some are just on the raw coins. They're a little bit, they don't cost as much, but anything that's graded is limited edition. That's going to have a higher value to it. So you can kind of you'll be able to get an idea of the value of stuff that's graded, or limited edition. It'll show you that, and anybody who's a collector will understand that. But then also, just real quick, if you were to take a raw coin, say you had a silver eagle, silver dollar, and you wanted to have it graded, first off, in order to have it graded, it costs $25 for a membership with NGC. Okay, but then to send one coin into them and have them graded, it's going to cost you $35, and that's without even knowing what the grade is. So you're already at $60 right there just to have one coin graded, and you don't know if it's going to be an MS70 or perfect. 7K is taking that legwork out of the way. They're actually doing that for you. So they're sending in hundreds of thousands of coins to have them graded. And when you're part of the autosaver, then the coins that you get are going to be MS70. So they're going to be perfectly graded. So that's something to keep in mind too. Okay. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and do that, we can get you, you can get started today. And it's something like, I highly encourage you. He mentioned the buyer certification program. I highly recommend everybody do that, because you are going to learn so much more about which types of gold and silver to save in the form of, besides coins or collectibles. They do break it down really nicely. They have some experts that they are in the presentations that they're sharing with the information that tell their perspective on things. And it's a world-class training. And I think total, it might be, if you went through the buyer certification and then their training for doing the working as an associate, I think it's like a total of 6 hours or something. But what's nice about it is you can actually watch it and then stop, if you get interrupted, and when you go back to it, it picks up exactly where you left off. So like, you don't have to, it's not one of those things where you have to watch the whole thing over again. So it's really nice, and I highly encourage people to do that. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. But what I wanted to do is, the membership packages are standard $199. The plus is $359, and the premium is $499. Now, there's different points associated with each membership level, and so you can see how the people that you refer to the program, how you get points from them. But at the same point, in order to make the $12,500 a week, you can do that with a standard membership. Yeah, you're going to have more points to start with with a higher membership, but you can still build the same team and still make that type of passive income, even with a standard membership and then the basic autosaver. Because when I got this introduced to me, it was like 2 weeks before Christmas. It was exactly 2 weeks, and I was on a limited budget at the time because of Christmas presents and everything. So I just went with the standard membership, and I went with the basic autosaver. Okay, so the membership fees, that's a one-time annual fee. Okay, so you just pay that once, but at the same time, you actually do get something for it. They do send you with the standard membership. I actually got an MS69 graded coin as part of my package, which is still a super, super high grade, which has a high value to it. So I got a silver graded coin, and in this book, the American Silver Eagle book, that's actually an autographed copy by Miles Standish, who is one of the designers for the different types of silver eagles and that. So it's a really nice book, and it goes over the history of the silver eagle, and also has, even on some years, it shows the number of perfectly graded coins that were out of that year, and then it kind of gives a breakdown of the values of them and everything as well. So it's a really nice book too. So you do get something for your membership, but on top of it, there's even more than just that, which is your membership. But with the 3 plans to choose from, there's the basic, which is $105. The variety is $139, and the basic is the Silver Eagle State Series, which is what I have here, like this this Utah one. And then also the variety is it's actually a colorized state series Silver Eagle. So those are MS70 as well. And the specialty, they just changed this month in July. It's actually $179 a month, and you get a 0.5 gram state series gold coin. Okay, so it's graded PF70, so it's a perfectly graded coin. And so that's something where you can actually put a state series collection together in gold coins, or like this case here with the basic. My goal is to put together all 50 states of the Silver Eagles and MS70. So imagine having a 50 United States coin collection of each state, and each one's graded perfect MS70. That's it's going to be like another one, maybe not a $1.2 million mistake if somebody didn't do it, but it's going to be another high value collectible collection, because any collector would be chomping at the bit to get on a perfectly completed set, all MS70. Okay, so how do you become an associate or above? You refer 2 people and you're an associate. And the easiest way that Zach explains in the training, the easiest way to explain the compensation plan is you as an individual get 2 people and then help those 2 people get 2, and then you get 2 more, and then you qualify as an associate, and then a copper, so you're already at $1,000 per month. Okay, or per week. So that you get points from people's your own autosaver. Like when you have your own autosaver shipped to you, those points go towards your left or right, depending on how you have it positioned. When someone underneath you joins, you get points for their membership. But then when their autosaver ship, those points go in your downline as well. And then you get points on separate purchases from your, like I said, your separate referral link is your personal 7K website. Okay, and so this was I'll just go here. This is copper. So this is associate would be you and your first 2 left and right referrals. You're an associate. So you're already qualified to receive $500 a week. You just have to make sure that your left and right people have, your left and right sides have 500 points on each side. And once you hit the 500 points, they send you a check for that. But what they did start doing at the end of last year is they started doing a special thing because they wanted to help members, get money back into their pocket even quicker. Is if you had 250 points on the left and 250 on the right, they would send you a payment for 250 if you weren't able to get to the 500 in that week. Okay, so once you hit the payout rank, in this case 250 or 500, they subtract those points from your left and right, and then you start over as far as as the members below you have auto savers or make purchases, the points start building up. Okay, and I'll show you this real quick here. When there's actually 5 days of the month you can choose to have your autosaver shipped to you. So there's the 1st, 8th, 15th, 21st, and 26th. So you see what those 5 dates, that's how you'll generate points from the people underneath you throughout the course of the month, because not everybody's going to have the same autosaver ship date. Okay, so today's July 17th. Like if you wanted to have your autosaver shipped to you on August 1st, you could actually do that. And there's some people that are real aggressive and share this opportunity. They're actually receiving their weekly pay, compensation before they even have their autosaver shipped to them. So it depends really how much you share the opportunity or how aggressive you are with that. And that's something where I can help you if you're kind of shy or not sure how to go about doing it. We can work together and get some ideas in that, and I can hold also a separate Zoom to help you with that as well. Okay, so in order for copper, so this would be you as to start your first 2 left and right, that's an associate. Then you help these 2 people get 2 more. So get 2 and then help those 2 get 2. Then you get 2 more direct referrals here, and you're at a copper at $1,000 per week. So then your next goal after that, after you hit copper, your next goal is going to be able to help 2 people in your downline become a copper. Okay, and then you will rank up as a bronze. Okay, so that's where it has to be worked together as a team, and it pays it forward. Okay, and I can get into more in-depth detail on that on another meeting. Okay, so just to recap, I have the income disclosure here on here because we're talking about saving in the form of gold and silver and the potential to earn passive income. And it really depends on how much you share it. Okay, if you just sign up and if you just want to do it from a collecting standpoint or a saving standpoint, like I said, that's completely fine. If you do want to do it to earn passively, then that's why I have the income disclosure here on, because you have the opportunity to earn money. Okay, so the ranks are associate 500 per week, copper is 1,000, bronze is $2,000 per week, silver is $3,500 per week, and at $3,500 per week as a silver, that's $14,000 a month. Okay, even like at $1,000 at a copper, $52,000 in a year is more than the average income in the United States right now. So just kind of think about that, and you can do that passively just by sharing this great opportunity. And there's actually some people that actually have made this their full-time job, so that's why they do offer healthcare and all these other benefits too, because it's something where they're just really trying to help people out. But at silver at 3,500, if you hit the rank of silver within 90 days and you hold that rank for 45 days, where the people that are underneath you continue to be in the auto saver and your points keep accumulating, if you hit silver within 90 days, a special bonus that 7K is doing is they're giving those members that do that a 100-ounce silver bar. And right now the value of that 100-ounce silver bar is between $3,100 and $3,200. So that's just another bonus on top of being your passive income. So just think about that. Just that should probably be your immediate goals, to try and get silver as quickly as possible, because if you can do that, you're going to have an extra bonus from 7K. Okay, so it's really something nice. They really are doing everything they can to help people out. So that's why I'm so happy to share this with you, because there's so much good that can come from this. Okay, so after the silver, there's the gold. It's $7,000 per week. The executive gold is $10,000 per week, and presidential gold is $12,500 per week. So at $12,500 per week, if you're aggressive and if you're in multi-level marketing or MLM, or you're a really good salesperson, or you have a lot of contacts, you can easily, you could work at putting together a $600,000 income on the side, which is pretty nice. So at the time of this, we'll close out the income disclosure statement. At the time that they put all these numbers together, so this goes from when they came into existence back in 2016 till October, the end of October last year, out of everybody that actually was a member or was qualified to receive a compensation check or as an associate, they may or may not have actually received a payment, but they were at least qualified. Out of all the members, and there's tens of thousands of members, 92% of them were associates. So that means that basically they just were referring to people, and that was it. The coppers were 6%, the bronzes were 1% of the total people, and silver was less than 1%, and same with gold, presidential gold, our executive gold, and presidential gold. There were other members that were, but because it was less than the 1%, it doesn't show up here. Okay, so just to recap the benefits, then we'll be done. There's access to the Sound Money wallet, which is something that you can or can't do. It's up to you if you want to do that. And there are specific items that can go into it, not everything. Like your autosaver for the basic silver, the Silver Eagle, that wouldn't be eligible there. You would have to, when you go to after you create your membership, if it's something that you don't want to hold in your house or whatever, there's different options you can have, but you would have to look through that for the Sound Money wallet. There's the autosaver program, which is, like I said, this is your personal silver and gold 401k plan that you control yourself. The 7K healthcare program, which, like I said, it's a great benefit. You can use it if you want. If you don't have insurance, they do offer that to their members. But like any company, they do have an open enrollment period. And quite honestly, because I'm not in it at the moment, I'm not sure when that open enrollment period is. But you could there's customer support could answer that question, or I could look into it for you as well too. But they have a 7K healthcare program, and they also have a supplemental insurance too. There's dealer direct pricing, so that means whether you buy 1 coin or 1,000 coins, you're going to pay the same piece price. Where there's a lot of companies out there will say, well, this is your price, but if you buy 10, it'll go down. If you buy 100, it'll go down, and so on. No, with 7K, if you buy 1 or 1,000, it's all the same price. Okay. There's the 7K limited edition rare coins, and they do have some really sweet coins that are unbelievable, which you'll see even when you look in the back office there. They have the 1099 tax advantage, which is like Zach explained, when you start receiving compensation, you're physically a business owner, so there's tax advantages there. And again, I encourage you to check with your CPA or accountant. There's a Goldback IRA, which there's not any other company I've ever dealt with online that offers a Goldback IRA. So that's how sweet 7K has really kind of thought of everything. There's 7K Advantage, which Zach talked about in the presentation. You have residual income for life. So as long as you stay active, you do your yearly memberships and you stay active, save an X amount per month, and your members below you stay active, you can earn passive income for life doing this. Okay. And then there's also the e-commerce sales through your website. And one thing I do want to point out, they have really thought of everything here on 7K. So like, say if you create your membership today and 5 years down the road where something starts happening with your health, where you start not feeling good or whatever, and if you actually pass away, okay, you can actually will your account and your earnings to somebody else, as long as they're a member in 7K. Like say if your health started failing or whatever, and your husband or your wife, you wanted to transfer your account to them, you could do that. You could will your 7K account to another member, and they would continue to receive the points, and the people in your downline, all that passive income that you're receiving, they would in turn receive that. Okay. So there's of course there's forms that you have to do to fill out, but that's one thing they've even taken it a step further just to really help people out. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you very much for taking your time this morning to spend it with me. Go ahead and send me an email at rickandsilverandgoldsolutions.org. Make sure you have your phone number and your best email address on there. If you want me to send you the welcome package when I get the last item in, I will do that. So put your mailing address as well. Even if you're like from Singapore or New Zealand or whatever, I'll still send it out to you. So don't feel like if you're out of the United States, I'm not going to send it to you. I will still send it to you. And then also, like I said, make sure you have your phone number on there so we have a way of communicating, because when I send you that link, I'm going to have my phone number on there as well. So you'll be able to reach out to me as well. Or if you want to, if you're watching the replay, or if you just want to go to www.7kmetals.com/rickf, you can go ahead and create your membership there as well too. Okay, so I wanted to thank everybody again for joining me this morning. I hope everybody has a fantastic Saturday. I'm really glad to have had the opportunity to share this with you, and I wish you the best. And thank you again for your time. And I look forward to working together and having us together working as a team. Take care. Bye.